Hey, everybody. How are you? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and that you managed to enjoy time doing what you love doing. Hopefully, some time to relax, spend time with your loved ones, and steer clear of illness. Although I hear a lot of people talking about illness and this person being sick, that person being sick, that person being in the hospital. Cancellations, people having appointments being canceled because their clients are sick or in the hospital, some due to major health issues such as cardiovascular incidents like heart attacks and strokes, which is extremely sad, but seems to be happening at an alarming rate these days. And so I hope that that is not the case for you and that you've been able to enjoy this time of year and this season. Truly, it pays to take good care of yourself and your health. If you follow me and you've followed me for a while, you know that true health and wellness is well worth taking care of. One thing I tell people you do not want to procrastinate on is your health. Taking care of your health before some major chronic illness sets in is a whole lot less expensive preventatively than it is to find yourself in a terrible situation. I recently saw a particular chart, a fellow coach, financial coach who I follow, put up a chart showing the rates of inflation, and some of the highest rates of inflation over the last, I think his graph was maybe from 2010 until today. So the last 12 years, some of the highest rates of inflation have been on medical care. Well, there's absolutely no wonder because so many people are constantly in need of support for chronic illness, and the rates keep going up and up and up. And it was a problem about 5 years ago, and here we are in 2022 seeing alarming rates of more and more chronic illnesses and deaths in younger and younger people. Hey, Linda, thanks for tuning in. So I want to talk today about the difference between a journey and a quick fix. And so think about, in your life, what situations, what experiences in your life have been most valuable and beneficial for you. Have those things that have been most beneficial to you, have they come over time with effort and investment, or have they been things that just came easily to you and you barely had to do much at all? Maybe they were handed to you. Or are those things that you find most valuable? So just stop and consider that for a moment. For me, I can think of, something that we might all be able to think about that can come very quickly and instantaneously to us, could be the concept of fast food. We might be feeling extremely hungry, and it would be easy to just go through the line at a fast food restaurant. However, you have to consider how you're going to feel afterward. And so that's a good example, I believe, of a quick fix kind of analogy or a quick fix scenario. And a journey, a journey could be related to, maybe some relationships that you have. Maybe you can think of someone who once you invested in your relationship with that person or that family member, that significant other, that your relationship really grew and it took off and it has become such a wonderful asset to your life. Versus maybe that fling, that quick relationship that you had and you were simply just trying to feel good or, just fulfill in the moment type of feeling. And I think about health as a journey. If you follow me too, you'll see in different things that I've shared, my health has been a journey. I did not wake up one morning with chronic illness that suddenly came on. It was a process of developing a chronic illness, an autoimmune condition, digestive issues. And similarly, my health issues did not instantaneously resolve themselves. And I think so often we get messaging. There's a lot of like marketing out there that, for people to try to sell something, for you to buy something that will give an unfair or even dishonest view of what it's like to overcome a chronic health problem. It takes effort, it takes intention, it takes educating yourself or getting education from someone who knows what to do and how to navigate it. And it isn't something that is a quick fix and not something that you can heal overnight. And so that's something that I wanted to bring up, especially as we're going into 2023. Often people will stop and reflect on 2022, this year, and how their life was. What are you wanting to continue to do going into 2023? What are some things that you want to do better? And I think a lot of times we get going perhaps into the new year with our best intentions, and then we lose momentum because we often try to do things on our own. We try to do it in our own strength and our own might, and we end up disappointed because we cannot do things on our own, and we can't keep that momentum going purely in our own might, in our own strength. So that was one thing that I wanted to mention, is of course thinking about your goals and what you want for your life, and consider, if you haven't already, how do you want 2023 to be different? Do you want to have improvements in your health? Do you want to have improvements in your relationships? Do you want to have improvements in your professional life, in your job? Do you want meaningful work that brings you joy and satisfaction? Do you want improvements in your finances? There's so many areas of our lives that could use some growth and some upgrading, right? However, it's great to say that you want things, but you have to be committed to putting in effort and a daily effort too. It's not just, like I said, the quick fix. It's not a pill that you pop. It's an ongoing, sustained journey. So that was the first thing that I wanted to talk about and share with you. Let me know in the comments below. Are you someone who views your life and your goals and your growth as a journey, or are you someone who tends to go for the quick fix and what makes you feel better in the moment? I often have people come to me in need or wanting coaching who easily fall into that trap of the quick fix. When they have a pain, they pop a pill. When they are hungry, they grab the thing nearest to them, even though they know it's not healthy. And so you can know what you're supposed to do and do the complete opposite, right? And that's why it's important to have a level of commitment to yourself and also be willing to get support. Because again, we are all humans, we are all imperfect, and we all have weaknesses that we need support with. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is related to inflammation, and check out my Facebook page. I have an upcoming event. I will be doing a wellness talk on chronic inflammation. What are the common triggers? What are the symptoms that you may see if you have chronic inflammation? And what are some natural ways to address chronic inflammation? I know all too well what it's like to have chronic inflammation, and had it at what some people would have considered a very young age. Prior to the age of 30, I had massive amounts of inflammation in my body. I was feeling it, people couldn't see it, and so therefore it was more of an invisible illness. And it was extremely frustrating because people thought that I was making it up. Some people thought I was making it up, or that it was in my head. But the joint pain and the extreme exhaustion and the the sudden pain in my abdomen and many of the other symptoms I was experiencing were very real to me, and how it was affecting my life was very real to me. So with chronic inflammation, I wanted to let you know that there's a very interesting fact that I know about inflammation. And for every one person who has inflammation that shows up as a digestive issue, so you might be having IBS, irritable bowel, cramping in your belly, reflux, and so on and so forth. For every one person that has that digestive symptom or a digestive symptom, there are 8 people, 1 to 8 people that have their inflammation show up in other ways. So it could be that they have headaches, or they have skin rashes, skin conditions, dry patches. They might be having hair loss. They might be having, other markers come up in their lab work that is affecting parts of their body that seem unrelated to their digestion. And so if you're one of those people who says, well, I don't have any digestive issues, or I'm having all these symptoms, but it's nothing to do with my stomach or my intestines or my bathroom habits, that doesn't mean that it's not an issue. It is very much an issue. And I encourage you, if you are local to South Central Pennsylvania, to come to my upcoming inflammation talk at Tranquility Salon and Wellness Center in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Details again are on my Facebook page. And chronic inflammation is deadly. I was feeling my health going downhill over 7+ years, and was seeking help because I could feel my body deteriorating. And that is what can happen. Inflammation over time that is not being resolved, it's like a ravaging forest fire going through your body, affecting different areas of your body depending on your unique body. So so that's I wanted to mention. I also wanted to mention that if you're someone who has trouble with thinking, maybe you feel really foggy a lot of times. You have trouble thinking, focusing. You're asking people to help you remember things, like where you put things. You're having trouble remembering words. My background prior to becoming a health coach is as a speech therapist. I still do speech therapy work, and I see even young people very much so having difficulty with finding words. Difficulty sometimes even knowing what day it is. It's highly concerning, highly alarming. There have been, high rates of early onset dementia, and that should be extremely concerning. People developing dementia prior to their 50s, maybe even in their 40s or their 30s. There is a condition called ataxia, where you could have trouble with walking and coordinating movements. Did you know that can be related to inflammation? Inflammation is not just isolated to one area of your body. It can affect your joints. It can affect your skin. It can affect your liver, your kidneys, your internal organs, and your brain. And when it affects your brain, watch out, because your brain is in charge of so many things in your body, and you need to protect it. So something called ataxia is where there's inflammation occurring in the cerebellum part of your brain. I have also seen, the people with Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is quite common these days. And that is a neurological condition. And if you look up, what is at the roots of that, you will find many articles linking inflammation to Parkinson's disease. Let me know if you know someone with Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's disease, or ataxia. Do you know anyone with Crohn's disease, celiac disease, digestive issues? Do you know anyone with, skin conditions, any types of arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, and so on and so forth. So we could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, listing various conditions. And this is a topic that you want to pay attention to. I did put a post on my page about out of the top 15 leading causes of death in the world. I want you to take a guess how many of those 15 top leading causes of death are due to chronic inflammatory diseases. You can put it on this video. What your guess is, how many out of 15 do you think are chronic inflammatory diseases? you or you could also go onto that post where I ask people to put in the comments their answer. So and if you're somebody who is not local and you can't attend my upcoming inflammation talk in January, if you're not local to the South Central Pennsylvania area, but you know that you need to commit and invest in consistent action regarding your health, and you are feeling overwhelmed because there is a lot of information out there. If there wasn't a lot of information out there and misinformation out there, I don't think it would have taken me 7+ years to try to figure out what to do for my health and to help turn it around. I saw numerous practitioners, medical practitioners, both regular and then more natural approaches over my 7+ years, and it was incredible. How many people, when they say it takes a village, I think it took a lot more than a village to get the right information and the right kind of support, unfortunately. And so that is why I became a health coach, because honestly, I felt it was absolutely absurd that it took so long and so many people to really get back to the basics of what health means and to help restore my health following some of the factors that are so common and that I'm seeing in so many people these days. So if you care about your health, you care about making changes, upgrading your health and your life as we go into 2023, message me, reach out to me, get on my schedule, because I know things will get busier as the year kicks off. And yeah, make a commitment to yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that your health is worth it, that your life is worthwhile. And when you make a change, it affects everybody around you. So if you're someone who cares about others, consider upgrading your health and your life for yourself, because everything that you do or don't do affects those who care about you and who really want to see you being happy and healthy. So if you don't care about yourself, at least do it for your loved ones. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I look forward to hearing what you think about on this topic about journey versus quick fix. And I look forward to serving and supporting you in the new year for those who are committed to upgrading their health and life. Take care, guys. Have a great week.